All right, it's early in the morning. It's like before 7. I got a wedding today with Jacob, so I'm trying to get some of the stuff knocked out pretty early so that I can at least put some time in today. So I've got the script pulled up that I've worked on so far, and this is just what is it, about 7, almost 8 pages. So I kind of took some liberties here of what, and honestly, since this, since I've written this, I've already came up with another couple things that I'd like to do, as far as so the story has changed a little bit since I wrote this. This was a couple weeks ago when I just kind of wrote down my first ideas when it comes to the script. But since then, I've kind of had some different things that I worked in for the backstory. So the script is not in a good spot right now. The script is not accurate. So I think I'm going to start from scratch, and we're going to just delete this. I get that, like, it's a lot. I probably didn't have to do all that, but in true fashion, I want to do this the right way from the start. So I picture having, well, let's just do this, and let's see if that opening line is something that can stay. Yeah, I think so. And then the rest of this can just, let's see. Let's just do this right here. Let's go down and go all the way up, except right there. All right. So, story starts in a coastal tavern in the Harbor District, somewhere on the outskirts of Vera, a cliffside kingdom. Narrow, winding streets descend to a sheltered bay lit by hundreds of lanterns strung between mastheads and balconies. Smells of brine, firewood, and fish oil linger in the air. Text on screen, 21 years after a Little Mermaid lost her voice. We're going to have to be careful with Disney stuff because obviously copyright reasons, but we're also going to take a dive into the actual story of The Little Mermaid before Disney got a hold of it, because that's public domain. So why don't we pull up the original Little Mermaid story. We'll go down here. We'll pull this up here. Originally published for children. The story follows the journey of a young mermaid princess who is willing to give up her life in the sea as a mermaid to gain a human soul. When a mermaid turns 15, she'll be able to swim. I don't need that. She saves the prince from drowning. She delivers him unconscious to the shore temple. Here, the mermaid waits until a young woman from the temple and her ladies in waiting find him. The prince never sees the Little Mermaid or even realizes it was her originally saved her. Mermaid longing for after the agreement. The witch says that once a mermaid becomes human, she will never be able to return to the sea. So that it remains true in the original one that the witch helps her by offering a potion that gives her legs in exchange for her voice. So that stays. At dawn, the first day after he marries someone else, the mermaid will die with a broken heart and dissolve into sea foam upon the waves. He goes on to say that he can only love a young woman from the temple whom he believes rescued him. Oh, so in the original one, she rescues him, but when he wakes up, the girl from the temple's there, and he believes that she rescued him. So that's what he wants to do. That's who he wants to marry. And the mermaid's heart breaks. She despairs, thinking of the death that awaits her. But before dawn, So what we can do is we can say 21 years after a Little Mermaid lost her voice. So that part is true. So 21 years after a Little Mermaid lost her voice. So for the opening of the film, I'm thinking it's just music, maybe an ominous tone or something, and we fade in on a cobblestone street that's dark, and it's got just lamps hanging up along the doors of like different merchants and stuff, and it's just like a rainy, wet opening that's dark. Maybe someone's walking down in a coat or something. I don't know. But the story here, the opening is very dark, and it's not, But I'm also on the fence about should we. But I'm also thinking that there should be like a little informational beginning, like the beginning of Shrek, where he's got the book and he's got the book and he's telling the fairy tale story to catch everybody up. So like it's pages turning, and I've got a book downstairs that we've already started in, so I'm thinking about doing that too. So let's do this. And we'll take this and we'll put this up here. Oops, wrong button. Let's take this, put that there, and we're gonna go interior. We don't know what the interior is. So I'm thinking about like having the book lay down somewhere where you could open it up and we can look at it. So we're just, instead of interior, we're just going to say a book lies in the middle of a beam of light. The camera pushes in and the book opens to the first page, revealing text and archaic images. And then we can have a narrator say, I have my script here, let me pull it up. Okay. There once was a king, a kind king who loved the sea. And for his kindness, she loved him in return. The page flips. For every prince born to his bloodline, the sea gave a bride. Her daughters for his sons. And then we're going to go, and the kingdom prospered. Page turns, revealing a man, a dark man. We'll just say a dark man for now. But not all in the king's service welcomed her gifts. One man, dark of heart, saw the pact as a curse. Page flips, showing a happy day. Okay. The page flips showing a happy day. Oops. In the kingdom. On the day of the last bride, he volunteered to bring her home. But when her feet touched his deck, touched the ship, he cast her into the sea. Page turns, showing the princess thrown overboard. The sea saw this, and from her depths she sent another, one with red hair and a voice of gold. When the dark man returned and saw the prince wed, he swore to break the pact forever. The page flips, revealing a coup. Is that how they're spelled? A coup? Let's look up what a coup is. Continue. A pigeon. No. I don't know. Revealing chaos in the kingdom. He seized the throne and for 21 years ruled the kingdom. Seized. I before E. Except after C. I don't know. Ruled the kingdom. The page flips, showing a figure in the depths of the sea, barely visible. But the sea remembers. Now she has come to collect what is owed. The book closes. Maybe it stays on the last page, and then maybe we can just kind of like push into that page and then fade over like an ocean depth or something. Camera pushes in on the last page while we fade into the deep ocean. And the text on screen, 21 years after a Little Mermaid lost her voice. We can do that. So that's what we'll do today, and then we will review tomorrow and see where we're at, and then pick up from there. Awesome.